Welcome everyone to this introduction to teabag folding. As you can see, I've got 4 beautiful cards here, all made with some teabag folded embellishments. Now there is a kit available on my website, but today we're just going to learn how to make 5 basic teabag folds. So what is teabag folding origami? Well, it's a paper folding technique that originated in the Netherlands, and it involves folding these small little squares of paper in various ways to create intricate designs. And as you can see, this is a basket weave design, and this was made using these tiny 5 by 5 centimeter squares of paper. So let's move on to learn how to make our first paper star. So for today's tutorial, we will be using slightly bigger squares. This is just so that you can see clearly when I make the folds. Also, I'm using the same design of paper on all 5 the teabag folding embellishments to see or rather show you the different designs that come from using exactly the same paper. Alright, so let's get started. Now to start any teabag folding designs, you need either a basic double triangle or a basic double square. So for the first 3 designs we're doing today, we'll need basic double triangle fold, and I'll be demonstrating that here. So the first thing we do is on the white side of the paper, or if there's a lighter color on the back, we're going to make a mountain fold. So we just fold that in half, horizontally and vertically. So just lining up the corners and scoring that. Alright, the next thing we do is on the pattern side, we're going to make 2 mountain folds, but diagonally both ways. Oops. This paper is slightly thicker. Usually your origami paper will be much thinner. So there's one fold diagonally, and just turn it 90 degrees and make another diagonal fold. And this is now where our double triangle becomes a double triangle. So when we look at the white side of the paper, you'll see we've got 2 mountain folds here and valley folds on the corners. So as we push those mountain folds in, you'll see the paper will naturally make a triangle, and then just bring the top down and we'll score the corners. And there we have it, our very first basic double triangle. Now, as I said, these form the basis of 3 of the cards or 3 of the folds we will be doing today. So I'm going to quickly do another 2 of these. Okay, there we go. Now I've got the 3. So for our first design today, we'll be making a basket weave fold. Now for each of these origami stars, we are going to need 8 squares of paper. Alright, now I've already pre-folded 7 pieces here, and we're going to now make the 8th fold. So starting with this basic double triangle that we just folded, for the basket weave, it's quite simple. So we're going to fold the top layer. As you can see, there's 2 layers on each side. We're going to fold the top layer of the right hand point, and we're going to fold it over to the left hand side. Then we're going to fold this point up and align it with the center line. And the important thing here is to make sure that this bottom corner here is quite sharp. Alright, and then we'll just fold this smaller triangle back over, and you'll see it's made a little triangle on top of a bigger triangle. And now we're going to repeat that process by moving the left hand top layer over to the right, and then folding that up to align with the center line, giving it a bit of a score there, and then putting it back. And now you'll see that's created a perfect square. Okay, and so this will be our first element for our basket weave. So to put the basket weave together, we're going to turn this upside down with the sharp point of the triangle pointing down, and I'm just going to use just some glue tape. And what I'm going to do is just put tape. I normally just put a little bit piece of tape across like that, and now we're going to take our second piece, and what happens is this top flap of the square is going to slide over the back of the triangle, and the big triangle is going to go behind. So, and then the important thing to do here is to line up these bottom or the center corners. Okay, that should fit in really nicely over there, and then we can just push that down. So there we've done our first piece, and now we're going to do exactly the same. Just put a bit of tape. We'll turn this, I think it's 45 degrees, and then take your next element. That also will slide. The big triangle slides behind and the little triangle goes in front. Line that up. I find this part very satisfying. Push that down. There we go, and we'll just continue with that. And I might speed this up a little and then show you how I put in the final piece. Okay, we've now reached the final piece of the puzzle. And so what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to put glue on this side and do exactly the same. Place that in there, and then with the very final piece we'll do the same, just putting glue on and sliding that in place. And there we go. We have our completed basket weave teabag folded card, or not card, embellishment. And as you can see, that's made a lovely design, and you can either use it just like this on a card, or you can use the back. Alright, so that's our basket weave. Okay, let's move on to making our super simple star. Now again, super simple star will start off with just our basic triangle fold, and I've already done one of those. And actually the super simple star consists of 8 of these basic triangles. So I've got 7 more of them here, and we're just going to put these all together. So to put them together, we turn them upside down so that the point of the triangle is facing down. And now you can decide, there's 2 ways of putting these together. You can either put the whole triangle in between those 2 edges, or you can slide one in the front and one in the back like that. This will give you less dimension. If you do zigzag laying like that, it might give you a bit more dimension. Okay, so again, what I'm going to do is just pop the lid off. Just going to put some glue on there, and I might just go for putting these inside, just lining it up and sticking it down. Next thing, opening it up again, put a bit of glue, put that one inside, stick it down, and we continue like that. Again, most important thing is to make sure that your centers here line up. This one will go really fast. Now for variation, you can, I've said that you need 8 squares. You can use different colors or different designs, as long as you have, I suppose, even numbers. So 2 of each color, 4 of each color, 8 of each color. And then when you put them together, you would put the same color opposite from each other, and that can give you some really interesting designs. Alright, and so now just for the last one, same as before, I'm going to pop some glue in there. Make sure you pull that around, and there we go. Beautifully 3-dimension, and what a lovely design. So this is the super simple star. Okay, moving on to our next design, which is the flower star. This one also starts with a basic double triangle, as the previous 2 designs, and I have made 7 more pieces here. And so the way we're going to make this one, it's actually quite simple. We've put it with, you can either have the point to the top or bottom, either way. When you're lifting up this point, you're going to fold it and align it with the center line. There we go. And then there's no wrong or right way of doing this, whatever feels comfortable. And we do the same with the other triangle. And so we end up with something like this. There we go. So that's simple, our flower star element. Now we need 8 of these, and I've already made 7. And so again, sticking these together, I will use the same technique as previously. Just going to put some glue in there, and then ensuring that these triangle points are all aligned in the middle, and just push that down. There we go. And just continue doing that. So all these are really quite simple to put together. And again, this design does look really nice if you use 2 different colors and interchange them. Right. Here's another piece. These designs also work quite well if you use only 4 pieces and you stick them on your card like this, and so it can give you a really nice square design as well. You don't have to have 8 to make this into a really nice design. You can use 4. Yeah. So I find this is probably one of the most versatile tea bag folding designs. Alright, now we've gotten to our last piece, and we're doing that in exactly the same way. Put it in, stick it down, and then I quite like bringing this to the front. Lift that up, put in our glue, and then closing up our design. There we go. Easy flower star. And as you can see, it makes a really nice design. Now this one also, you can use the back as well, but it's a bit of a waste if you go to all that trouble, because the back of it actually looks exactly like a simple star, doesn't it? Alright, so that gives you a nice bit of, and you can, to give it even more of a 3D design, you can put your fingers in and lift these up a bit. There we go. So that's our flower star, and all of these look really good if you place a nice gem in the middle, just to cover up the little hole, give it a little bit of bling. There we go. So there we go, that's our flower star. Alright, let's move on to our next basic fold. So anyone who has folded paper cranes before should know this one quite well. It's your basic double square fold, and it also forms the base of paper crane. So to start off with, we're making 2 mountain folds on the light side diagonally, and we'll do those both ways. So a mountain fold just means that you are folding basically away from you. So if you look at it like this, it means that it's forming a mountain. And then of course if you turn it over, that would be a valley fold on the other side. Okay, so we've got 2 mountain folds diagonally, and then we're going to turn this over and do the same thing, do 2 mountain folds on the design side, but we're making them horizontally and vertically. So there's one, and there's the other one. And now the trickiest part here, of course, is to make your square. So I find it quite easily if you put the folded edge at the top, and you hold the corners here and you just push them down towards each other, and you'll see it will actually fold to have all your valley folds together in the center, and then you can just pick which way you want to go, left or right, and just fold that flat, and there you have your square. And it will have folded on top, 2 sides on top will be folded, so you can see what it looks like down below, and then from the top all the sides are folded. So I might do another one of those, seeing as we're using this for our star and our inverted star. So again, 2 mountain folds. I said these mountain folds have to be like this. diagonally. There we go. And then 2 mountain folds horizontally and vertically. If you buy a tea bag folding kit from me, that will include this handy booklet that has diagrams and information on how to make all 5 of these folds. Okay, there we go. So there we've got 2 basic double squares, and we're ready to move on to making our star. Okay, let's have a look at how we make our star. This is actually very simple. The important thing to remember is when you've started with your double square, we need the folded edges to come down to the bottom. So the folded edges on the bottom, the open bits at the top. Okay, and so all we're going to do is we're going to fold this left hand corner so it meets up with the center line. Like that. And then we do the same for the right hand. There we go. Very simple. That's our star element. Now I've already done 7 more of these, and so to put these together, very similar to the previous ones we've done, just popping a bit of glue in, and we're going to line these center points here. We're going to line those up. Just push down, twist 45 degrees. Do that again. Twist 45 degrees. Oop. Nearly stuck that one down. And turn again. And similar to the flower star, you can just use these. If you want to just use 4, they also make a lovely design on a card. You can even turn these around and put them on the inside if you're using 4. Gives a variation. Alright. So they are really very versatile once you've got these little squares. Oh, I might put a bit more down the bottom here. There we go. Now this one also makes a really nice flower if you have, if you use different colored paper or something with a bright, colorful design. You can actually turn this into a lovely little flower, which I'll show you in a minute. So for the last one, the same thing. We're just going to place that one in there. Going to lift this one up, put the glue in, and then you see it will should just fall into place. There we go, our star. And again, just to finish it off, I might put a little bit of bling in the middle there. Just makes it look a bit more finished. Now if I'm just lifting these up, making it a bit more 3-dimensional. There we go. This does make quite a pretty star if you stick them a bit closer together. Then you can make something like this, which I think is quite beautiful, like a little flower. They also make really good Christmas decorations if you put them back to back, and just put a little piece of ribbon. So that's our star. And then last but not least is our inverted star. And so that starts off with the basic double square again, making sure that we've got our folded edges at the bottom, just like in our previous one, the star. And this time, instead of folding these points to the center, we're actually going to fold them in behind. So you can flip that over and fold it in. So this would be in a way similar to our basket weave, where we flipped one piece over, folded it, and then move it back. Okay, flipping this piece over, and then this is a similar fold to what we just did, except now we're folding it under instead of over, and then opening that up. So there we go, and I've got 8 more of those. Now once again, with these ones you can use 4, and they do make a lovely pattern on a card, or again, if you wanted to flip them around, that might also work. Exactly as before. These ones I actually like putting glue all the way and then sticking that bit down and then putting a bit more glue. Just stops the whole thing from coming apart. So I'm going to put glue all the way, stick that piece down, and then put the next one in. You don't have to do all the way, so I just find it helps it from, stops it from falling apart. These bits are up to you. You can use your creativity, and these are not the only ways that you can put these elements together. I'm sure there are other ways that I haven't tried or figured out yet, so you know, play, and you can always mix and match. You can always mix this with an inverted square, with a normal star. So I'll just turn this one into a normal star and show you what that looks like. I'm just folding it the opposite way. So you can do one inverted star and then you know, one inverted star, one star, one inverted star. So it's really up to you, and use your creativity, and it will also greatly depend on your paper, the design on your paper. Sometimes your paper will give you a very different design depending on which of these 5 folds you choose. And so I quite often will have a look at my paper very closely, and that will decide, my paper, the design on my paper will decide which fold I'm more likely to use. Okay, and there we go, our very last, oops, what's going on there? There we go, our very last piece is going in. Alright, and we mustn't forget to put a piece of bling in the middle, just to finish it off. This design also looks really beautiful if you have paper that's printed on both sides. So if you have a different design on the opposite side of your paper, you can actually fold this down and reveal that design, and that also looks really quite cute if you do that. So there's really a whole bunch of different designs you can use for your cards. I'm just going to pop these up, give them a bit of an extra dimension, and there we go. All 5 our origami Teabag folded cards. Alright, I'd love to show you the 5 designs we made using this exact same piece of paper and how different the designs came out. So first one we made was this one, which is the basket weave. We then made a super simple star, which is this one over here. The next one we made was the flower star, which is this one over here. We then did our normal star and our inverted star. So you can see quite a few different looks just from the same piece of paper. Here's some more stars that I've made. These ones here are, let's have a look. Those ones are the flower star ones. This is just a super simple star. We've got our star. That's another flower star. Super simple star. Another normal star. And then our inverted star. So these are super fun to make, and they do make really nice cards. So you might be wondering, where do I get these paper squares from now? Origami paper, really easy to come by, usually from online retailers, but at Loliglo I've also got some teabag folding papers that you can purchase, either printed or a PDF version which you can print at home. I quite like printing these on really thin paper, like 55-gram paper or 60-gram paper, and that makes it really easy to fold and gives it an extra delicacy. So yeah, you can visit my website for all of these, and also available at the website are some really nice teabag folding kits that make 4 cards each. I can show you from this pack. You can make these 4 cards, and of course that includes full instructions on how to make each of these designs. So I really look forward to seeing your designs, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I look forward to seeing you back on my channel again. If you did enjoy this tutorial, please like and subscribe, and I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments. Till next time, thank you for watching.